been a long, exhausting day. Your troubles just won't go away. One thing that gets you through these is watching cheesy holiday movies. You think that you're above them, but you know that you love them. So get ready to listen. Now here comes Kevin and Kristin. Oh
yeah.
Yeah, there we are.
All right, welcome to Remark. I am one of your hosts, Kevin Reagan.
I'm one of the other hosts, Kristin Finger, and of course we have with us
Our producer, Mike G, everybody. So happy to be here. You know, normally I hang around for these remarks of holiday movies, but we have this just in, Kevin and Kristin. We have someone very exciting for you planned in the virtual backstage room right now that I'm going to bring out. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
All right, here we go. He played Sergeant Reese in World War II's feature Recon. He was on the Hulu series Letterkenny. We know him from such Hallmark classics as An Unexpected Christmas, It Was Always You, Roadhouse Romance, and airing Sunday, April 3rd on Hallmark Mysteries and Movies. Always Amore. Please welcome all you hashtag Heinies out there, Tyler Hynes, everybody.
Hey!
What
an intro, Mike. My
Insane.
goodness. Wow.
Tyler, thank
You
you
guys
so
are
much
impressive.
for doing this. This is awesome.
It's my absolute pleasure, guys. I apologize for all the technical difficulties leading into this moment.
No.
And clearly that hasn't affected your guys' performance because Mike just really brought us home with an intro to end
Mike
all
is-
intros.
he
I'll
does.
pop in just to say thank you really quick.
My man. My man.
I'm blushing. I'm blushing.
I'm like, no.
My man.
That's amazing. Well, Tyler, thank you again. So
Of course.
we've been doing this podcast for like 2 years now because Kevin and I just absolutely love these Hallmark movies. Did someone just die in your home?
Possibly. But we'll ignore it because
We'll
we're
ignore
here
it.
now.
That's fine.
The show must go on.
It must go on.
It's my dog probably destroying something.
I
Go ahead.
love it. That's usually my cat destroying something.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've seen you in all of your Hallmark films. We also watched Letterkenny, FYI. And
nice.
yeah, it's a very different Tyler Hynes, which is delightful.
It's a little different, yeah.
A little
bit.
different.
Just the
So
name is enough to be different.
It's oh my god, just the way you have to say Dirks. You can't say it
Yes.
regularly.
Exactly.
So you have this upcoming project, and we're just wondering, like, how did you choose this one, or did they choose you, or like, how does that happen in the Hallmark universe?
Well, normally oh wow, there's the poster. Look at that. This guy looks like he's drinking wine and is happy. And he also looks like the guy from Dumb and Dumber. I love him.
Listen, we didn't want to bring it up.
The hair?
The hair.
There you go. What do you got?
Are we allowed to talk about it?
Oh yeah, this is all we should talk about. This is
So
all
is-
anybody cares about these movies is the hair.
Was this your choice, or did they do
Oh,
this
yeah.
to you? It was.
No, this is all me. Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
walk on set with the hair already set and ready to go?
Yeah, I decided that if there was ever a moment where I wanted to look like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, this was going to be it.
I mean, after
What's
you
stopping
look
me?
like Lloyd Christmas, I don't see why you wouldn't look like Lloyd Christmas.
Fair point. It is a Hallmark staple using Christmas. No, seriously, I feel like you pull it off though. And Chris and I noticed, especially during the early pandemic when nobody knew what was going to happen, a lot of the hair, especially on the gentleman, was a lot longer. So
Yeah, I mean, again, we do a lot of these movies, or I've done quite a few at this point,
Yeah.
and there are similarities between these movies that perhaps you guys may have noticed, and I think in an effort to keep these things somewhat interesting and entertain myself, even you try to create different experiences, however that may show itself, and I think the hair is great. It's low maintenance and.
I love
hey,
it.
listen,
my head,
buddy, I'm
I
all
love
about low maintenance hair. I totally get
Kevin
it.
is all about the low maintenance. He's
I don't-
decided.
Yeah, never need to run a comb through it when I take a hoodie off anymore.
Never.
It's nice.
There you go. You live in the
No,
dream,
but
and I was
I
trying
love
to get
that
to that
sort of-
dream.
I love that approach because Kevin and I and Mike even are all improvisers. And we do
Yeah.
often like lots of character work and stuff like that. And it's fun to like get to change up who you get to play, even within the similar realm of like when we play short form improv games. we get to just change it up. So I love that y'all are approaching that like with these Hallmark films because they might be slightly similar.
Maybe, yeah. I feel like there's some similarities.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, for my own personal, I can't speak for anybody else, but I just know for me, you can't take big swings as far as character choices, like you're talking about Letterkenny, or even our man Mike mentioned Sergeant Reese, the World War
Yeah.
II movie I did. These are you can make some choices, and here we have certain things we're trying to do, and you don't want to really venture too far because these movies are a genre into themselves. These sort of Hallmark style romantic movies,
Right.
and so I think to employ whatever we can to create a variance and create something that services the character, even if it's just in a bit of the texture, it keeps it from being too familiar, and can hopefully make these things a little more fresh from movie to movie.
Yeah,
So I went
absolutely.
all the way long, and now I've gone all the way
All the
short.
way
I've
short.
gone up. I've gone down. I don't know what's next, guys.
You've
Mohawk.
gone,
You
you
gotta
know
go
what?
Mohawk.
Mohawk.
Yeah.
There you go.
Though, you've gone beard and beardless, but we haven't seen a mustache. Would
Well, here's the thing.
mustache
This is a
us?
dangerous. I don't know that they would be able to get behind a mustache. This is the whole other thing, is that being able to get away with at the beginning of this
Yeah.
Hallmark thing, it was like stubble was a dangerous territory. And
Yes.
I've oh yeah, when the first movie I did, I remember the first day, first scene, there was a whole to do about the hair shadow, and I was like, I was new to this world, and I was like, this
Yeah.
is that interesting.
Yeah.
This is fascinating. So I think, anything we can do to make them feel different. I like the look. I think it looks fun. And you can't make, everybody's got something to say about too long, too short, too
Yes.
this, too
Of
that. You
course
can
they
never
do.
win. So you just don't play that game.
Yeah,
course
that's
they
what I was
do.
gonna say. Is I'm sure the powers that be see the message boards and they light up one way or another. When you're clean shaven, it sets alarms as well. So
Well,
As long as people are leaning in.
exactly. Well, that's the exciting thing that I wanted to talk to you about is so Benedict Cumberbatch claims that he did not create the hashtag Cumberbitches for his fan base.
Yeah.
Did you create
Yeah.
hashtag Hynes for yours, or did someone in the world just create that for you?
I'm certainly not that creative. No, the creative genius who came up with that deserves all the credit, and she created it. I remember when it happened. I literally think I have it written in my phone as to who this person is, because I feel like the respect needs to be there.
Oh, that's so
I
nice.
apologize, I can't think of it right now, but I know I've referenced it before. And I'll do my due diligence afterwards and go find it and make sure I post that at some point, so that this person, their legend needs to live on, because in all honesty, this person created something that
Yeah.
has nothing to do with me, and has created a community of folks that can find joy in each other, and
Right.
I'm just happy that I'm somewhat invited to the party in some way. It's a very, very nice thing.
it is. It's a great fan base you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
I might
Yeah.
or may not be a part of it. I'm not sure. I think I'm a part of it.
Totally, totally.
You should
I
be
will
proud.
say-
Yeah, they're lovely.
I want to make sure, similarities aside, one of the things that I think Kristin, it would break her heart. So I'm just going to throw it out there. Don't ever let them take away the crisp white shirt. It is the state.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is good timing, because
You're doing
Here it
well
is.
today, my friend. You're doing well.
this might even be from one of these movies. Actually, it's very possible. The jacket is from the movie that you have the poster of on the side
Yeah.
there. I know that.
Well, that's amazing. So do you get to, I mean, let's be honest, do we steal things or do we just
Take a
happen
listen.
to walk away with items that you enjoy?
The folks there are. Oh, I always have a conversation with them. It started sort of. I forget how it started. I think a wardrobe stylist was very kind, and they offered me if I wanted to take some things, and I did. I ended up giving all those things away to the fans, and that sort of started
right.
yeah, it's this Henley thing, and I saw that there's a lot of Henleys in this world. It seemed to be a very important part of the process.
Yeah.
And so I started, taking those, and so yeah, I walk away with them, and I may give this jacket away, this shirt away, perhaps. We'll see. But yeah, I always try to leave with some things, and then be able to forward it to folks who might appreciate it, and they don't mind doing it, which I'm super grateful for.
That's fantastic. Did you take any of Dirk's tracksuit pants?
But Dirks' gear is really kind of all my gear.
That's-
We just found Yeah, we found like supplements. Like I have Adidas track pants that I wear, and so we had to find non-Adidas track pants because Adidas didn't want their
Sure.
brand to be associated with a guy with the name
I get it.
that I had in that
get it.
show.
My wife wanted me to ask this, so I have to do it. What is your
Yeah.
skateboard injury? Because she said that's him skateboarding in Letterkenny, and every skateboarder
Yes.
has a injury they remember very well.
Hmm.
Oh, I have too many. There's something in skateboarding we call sacking. I know you guys can probably imagine what that is.
Ouch.
Scorpion is another thing. It's where
yeah.
your legs come up behind the back of your body and touch the back of your head. We've done that as well. All the above. The last injury I had was on this movie though, and it was a doozy. I got a concussion while making this movie in the last
What?
2 days.
Is
That's
there a
so that
scene?
was-
Like, you look for the scene that this happens in?
Yeah.
Yeah, the last 2 days of shooting, I gotta tell you guys, like I've had some spills in my time. This one really rocked my noodle, and yeah, and I was out of it. I called a friend of mine who's a producer of these movies who does other ones, and he's well versed in the world of concussions and all that. And I was concussed and very much out of it. Let's think, what scenes were they? Definitely the last scene of the movie. I was fully concussed.
Oh my
I
goodness.
know that. Yeah.
Was it okay? So at least I don't know about you, Tyler, but when someone
Yeah.
falls in front of me, it's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny.
It's beautiful.
It
Truly.
really is.
No, it's one of my favorite things.
Okay, good. So when you fell, was it in front of a lot of people? Like when you injured your, or
No.
was it just like,
No,
Okay.
sadly, no. And honestly, that's a gift I wish to give to people because I know I appreciate it when someone takes a slam in front of me. It brings
Yeah.
me all kinds of joy. So no, unfortunately, I was by myself, just head in my hand, blood in my hand. Going,
Oh,
"Crap,
man.
I gotta go to work now."
That's intense. That's intense.
I think Mike just said, "Let's do one more." Hey guys, you
Yeah.
know what? Because of my setback and it's my fault. Take your time, no rush. Whatever you
Aw.
guys want to do. If you don't want to rush this thing out, please. I apologize for the phone and the.
Oh, it's
No.
no problem. We don't. It's no rush. I know, Chris. We wanted to talk about just bringing in other characters because we are very obsessed.
Yes.
Chris and I are big Marvel fans. We also review a lot of
Yeah.
Marvel, Mike as well. And we talk
Yeah.
for years. We would talk about, even before the podcast, what we would call the Hallmark multiverse.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
slowly, it seems to almost be happening where you did it with Andrew Walker, where you show up in oh God, Chris, help me out here.
A family Christmas
Come on.
tree.
Yeah, my family Christmas.
Yes.
My
This is
family-
true,
Get
yes.
it together.
No, you want to hear how bad it was? I was like, did they give him a name? And I looked it up, and I thought it said Walter, and it said Waiter. So I
Yeah.
understand concussions, Tyler. I'm with you. But we love that sort of stuff. And then obviously Andrew did return the favor as well in an unexpected Christmas. Do you foresee more of that in the future? Because it is something that's really entertaining.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of up to the powers that be.
Yeah.
I know that originally happened. I was just not going to tell Andrew. I just knew that we were going to be in the same city, and I was like, I'm just going to show up on set, just cruise around in the background, and not even tell him that I'm going to do that. But then somehow it came up, and he was like, "We should fully do this. We should tell everybody. We should do the whole thing." And I was like, "Yeah, you're probably right." And so we spoke to our producers and the executives, and they like the idea too. But that's up to them. And I mean, you got to be careful, right? You don't want it to get old too. You don't want it to be sort of played out.
True. Well, I mean, because also with just all the sort of this multiverse or just Hallmark cinematic universe, like to me right now, you're sort of the Captain America of the universe. I would say
Okay.
Paula Shaw, maybe the Iron Man of the universe.
Paula
Do you
Shaw?
agree with, yeah.
Oh, wholeheartedly do I agree with that.
Paula
You have
Shaw
no idea
is
how
probably
much I
Nick
agree with
Fury.
that.
I think she's Nick Fury. I think
Paula Shaw's
Tyler, because of the beard, is going to be more Tony
Right.
Stark. But whatever.
Fine.
Okay, I'll take that. I mean, I probably would have enjoyed that more than Captain America. Captain
That's
America's
fine.
not
That's
You're
fine.
everybody's
making
favorite.
Canadian Captain America, Kristen. I don't
Please.
feel that
Yeah.
that's
Captain Canada.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go, Captain Canada.
Well, that's before we do our H3O segment, which is the fun game we'll play. Question about I'm quite jealous that I'm not Canadian. Because so many
I
brilliant
understand.
shows like Letterkenny, like Schitt's Creek, like different stuff where like y'all get to be sort of, it seems like there's a cute, tight-knit group of like actors that get to do a lot of these sort of Canadian projects, is it like to find your projects, do you stay up in Canada? Do you travel to LA to get new stuff? Like what's sort of that part of your business like?
You mean like an industry kind of thing? Like how
Yeah,
does it work
yeah.
as far as working on these things? I don't know that it matters anymore. I mean, certainly for myself, like I feel like there used to be a thing of being in certain places, and I don't know if I just stopped caring about that concept, or if everybody did. But I kind of just be where I want to be. And I was making one of these Hallmark movies when Jared texted me for Letterkenny. We had been developing something, him and I, for a while, a show that we were going to do, and then he just texted me when I was making the movie. He's like, "Hey, you want to come to Letterkenny?" I said, "What is it?" And he said, "It's a guy named this Long D Dirks." And I said, "Love that." And he's like, "Is it okay if he talks like you?" I said, "Of course,"
That's
because
great.
Jared gets all those text messages from me on a daily basis. So, um, yeah, it was that easy, and it's just Jared is similar to me in the fact that we're pretty singular in our vision, and we just care about good people, good things. I don't care
Yeah.
what it is. Like being here with you guys, like you guys are so sweet. Chris, you were so nice to meet at our convention, and I had
Oh,
such a good time hanging out. And like I've seen a list of people who wanted to have a chat and deciding sort of where I'm going. It's like, I know we had that conversation, and you said come on the show, and I said yes, ma'am. And so I have to be here, and I love that I can do that. I just
yeah.
love
Yeah.
that I can choose to spend time with people that I want to spend time with, and so to answer your question, I can be anywhere I want.
That's great.
Apparently,
That's
yeah.
fantastic. No, and
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that Kevin and I like because we with the improv and the performing that we get to do is we thankfully get to choose to perform with people we love and
Yeah.
to be,
Yes.
involved at the theater that we are. We get to be around people we love, and I think that's what makes the
Yes.
performance better. It makes the whole experience better, and it's
Absolutely.
so fun, so fun.
Absolutely.
You,
That's so cool
you,
that you do improv. I love this. My
we
friend of mine
do,
is yeah, he studied in LA at, I think, Upright Citizens Brigade, and he's
Yeah.
done a bunch of different stuff, and he's
yeah.
in that sort of world as well. And what a world that is. It's such a challenge. It's good for you guys, man. It's not a hard thing to do. It's a very fun
Yeah.
thing to do, though.
You
It
should
is.
try
It's so
it.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
delightfully
You would be
scary.
great. You would be great. Yep.
it would be terrifying. I remember
No.
somebody saying to me I should do stand-up comedy. I'm like, you can't just say that. These are
No.
skill sets that you have to hone and craft. Same with improv. It's like it's a
Yeah.
whole other ball of wax, and I'm always just thoroughly impressed with people who have that talent. So
Yeah.
Aw. Well, we appreciate the compliment for the improvs because
Yeah. Right.
usually we're the
yeah,
like the stepchild of comedy.
Of all comedy.
no, I feel like there's a huge shift in the industry. Is like just embracing that side of it. It's like people see the value of that skill set and how electric that can be on set, and to be put in
Yeah.
circumstances and be able to think on your toes. This is a skill set that not many people have.
Yeah, I think even within a lot of auditions and stuff nowadays, you walk in and it's a lot of because we have a lot of folks take classes for improv because they have auditions to do. And
Mm,
they're,
mm.
now required to improvise through an audition instead of just, being handed a script.
Yeah. Even in
Yeah, and that
commercials.
can be even commercials. Interesting,
Yeah.
and that can be wildly liberating and fun.
Hmm.
Like I know that in circumstances where I've been put in that position, I'm like, this is a blast. Like I don't have to
Yeah.
learn lines.
I
Great, count
know.
me in.
I
Yeah.
know. I started out as an actor with learning lines and I was like, this is a lot.
What a
It's
waste.
exhausting. Yeah, yeah,
Well, listen, Tyler, if you would indulge us just for a couple minutes more, we have a
of
game
course.
that we play very often on Remark that is called H30. It's our normally our holiday hunks objectification. We're going to switch it and make it more of a then Mike, play it, just play it.
All right. So this is our Hallmark holiday objectification. I never get it right either, Kevin. But what we do, Tyler, and for anyone that has not done this, we do this segment every time we review one of the Hallmark movies. And I feel as though female leads in the scope of the world have been objectified way too much And therefore we objectify the male lead of all of the Hallmark films just to start evening out the odds and the
Balance those scales. Yeah.
yeah. So
Should I be
Tyler,
taking this off or?
No.
Sorry.
I mean, unless
Sorry.
I can't believe I just said no to
Continue.
that.
Yeah, Chris,
Yes, no. You made your choice.
I'm just trying to be
Jacket stays.
respectful. My
No,
goodness.
go ahead.
So we have chosen 3 lovely people that you have worked with to objectify. But the thing is, we don't objectify the human. We objectify the character. We would never objectify the actor playing the person. So the first one, and we usually rate these 1 out of 10 Hynes, which is an upside down heart. And so, of course, you've got your friend here, Michael Teigan, who played Dan with you. So I'll start, and I rate 1 out of 10 Hynes, and I loved the character Dan in Roadhouse Romance. From tip to tops to tips, tops to bottoms, whatever it is. His character was charming. He was funny, and I just liked, I would love to see a buddy cop movie of the two of you and of Dan and Luke, just a buddy cop film. So I'm giving, also really easy on the eyes, if I might say. So I give a 8.5. 8.5
solid
to this
number.
character. Solid number.
Okay, so we're giving realistic numbers here.
I think so, unless you want to be a jerk.
No, but you didn't give him the full 9. You didn't give him the 10.
Well, I
gave him an 8.
In fairness, I would go 9, and my reasoning is, even though we do not use real life scenarios, this gentleman gave up a kidney to a friend. In real life, that's at least worth a 0.5, Kristin. That's going to a 9. That is going.
I'll bump it up to a 9.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah,
No.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it rocks your world. You need to watch this, Chris. It's like,
I will.
I think I forget if he showed it to me on set or something, but yeah, it definitely, or maybe I saw it after the fact and I messaged him and it was just like, dude, just destroyed my whole day with this video. It is the most heartwarming thing of all time. Yes. And so all the things you said, Chris, this man is a gentleman and a scholar, funny, charming, charismatic, on screen and off. This man brings it all. My heart is fluttering just looking at that deep V-neck with the hint of the chest hair coming through.
We like to call that
what's under that sweater.
Yeah, we usually refer to that as a whisper of hair.
Yeah, whisper.
Yeah. So a whisper of masculinity just waiting to come out, and just staring into his eyes, I can see myself just falling to pieces. Yeah. So I give him a 10.
Excellent. Excellent. I will note, I'll admit it, I've only given 10s to 2 people, and one of them is Paul Campbell, and the other is just always you.
I want to clarify. Can I come quick in here as a producer? Tyler, you did great. First of all, you described him beautifully. You gave the 10.
Yes.
Kristin has come up with ridiculous fake numbers before. Billion, like a billion, a quadrillion.
Okay.
Sometimes she describes different ways of getting these numbers. So feel free to get whatever score you want. But 10 for our first one.
All right, let's move on. That's right. There are no parameters.
Yeah, I mean, look, you have a reputation to uphold because you do this a lot, so you have to give realistic numbers. Did you say? Hold on, did I get a 10? Is that what you just?
You always get a 10 million.
Yeah, always.
Every time, Tyler. I'm sorry, you do.
Oh, but hold on, you just brought up the jaws of life.
Yeah, I did.
Andrew
I did.
Walker.
This is hard. Okay, so you obviously got to work with him on My Family Christmas Tree. Though it brief, it was delightful, I'm sure.
It was deep and there was sparks. Yes.
I do think I gave when we reviewed this film, I believe I gave Andrew a 9.9, and it's because I only give 10s to you.
Yeah. It was close because in this scene, it was almost like it was a little flow over. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, Tyler was in it, so how do I? It was confusing for me. So
you didn't have a direct comparison, and all of a sudden rethink your 10. You come to the students like, well, now that he's next to him.
Well, here's the thing.
This was my fear. I was like, what am I doing? Putting myself in the same screen next to you. This is a big mistake. Everybody's gonna go, well, why would we go shop for that when we have this jaw over here?
Both models are excellent.
Yeah.
Both excellent.
Mike, will you bring up the other picture we have of Andrew and maybe
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking about getting close to Andrew, let's take a look at this next shot here.
Something
There
less
it
flattering?
is. There
Oh
it
no,
is.
there it is. Look
Yeah.
at that.
I
This
will
might
tell you,
be
I'm going to give
yeah.
Andrew a 10 because I literally walked into this picture and I said,
Yeah.
"Hey, do you want to do like a prom pose?" And he was like, "Yep." And
Yes.
he went to be the guy in the prom pose, and then I just manhandled him and turned him around.
That is fantastic. Do you have our photo on deck here,
I
Mike?
do. Of course I
Don't jump
do.
ahead. Don't jump ahead. You jumped
I'm
ahead.
not a monster.
Wow. Holy Lord. We got a whole poster.
I'm a graphic
And we
designer.
took this photo. I remember doing this.
Yes. Yeah.
But you didn't Photoshop us together. This was our photo.
This was our photo, and I am a graphic designer by day, so I made us our own movie poster because I'm insane.
I mean, this is a good looking movie poster. I'm going to dare say that we are professional at our jobs here. You are fully modeling
Thank
as
you.
anyone could.
Thank you.
And I look like I'm on one of these posters, man. We did a good job. I'm
You
proud
did
of
a
us.
very good job.
This
Exactly.
is a 10. This is a
Yeah, let's get
perfect
some
10 right
scores.
here.
Scores for
Yeah.
the poster.
Scores.
Chris, you obviously love it. Kevin,
Hmm.
Tyler, score for the poster.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if it gets any better than that, so I'll give it a 10.
Right.
Drew gets like a 12 because the guy can cut the table in half with his
Yeah,
jaw.
that's
So
true.
that's a different
Yeah.
level that he's on. But I'll give this poster a 10.
And then
Wow.
a super cute photo. Yay!
Cute.
Come
Oh,
on.
this
Cute.
was so
Come
fun. What
I
a
had
good
the best
time we
day
had.
ever. What a fun
Did you?
experience. Yeah, like it just was.
Yeah.
I will be honest that I was like the middle of a wheelhouse of like women over the age of something, and then women
Yeah.
under the age of something, and then I was just smack in the middle, being 40 years old. So it was-
There you go. It's perfect. That's where you want to be. You want to represent a certain demographic.
Yeah.
Someone's got to.
well, that
What a beautiful
amazing. Thank
situation
you
that
for
was.
playing our little objectification game, which was delightful.
Loved it.
So of course you have this upcoming movie. What's the most exciting thing that you hope folks kind of take away from watching Always Amore?
I hope the main thing, and one of the main reasons why I liked the idea of doing this movie in the first place is I felt like it was an opportunity to maybe acknowledge the everybody in the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
I think the last 2 years have been obviously particularly difficult for anybody in that industry of all shapes and sizes, and making a movie that was about that I thought would be nice, and hopefully doing it in a way that felt like it might be possibly cathartic for someone watching it, hopefully, who's maybe experienced some of that would be nice. And it seems like at its core it's about moving on, being able to move on and move past possibly some hardship. So I think all of that together made it a worthwhile endeavor, and tried to really focus on telling a story that did service to those subject matters.
That's
We'll
awesome.
see. It might suck,
No,
knows?
I don't think
Really
so.
found it, yeah.
We love Autumn Reeser. We just watched the Wedding
Yeah.
Veil trilogy, and
How was
fantastic.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. I
So
love
we're
it. She's going
excited.
back to Italy.
Learn.
She went to Italy, and now she's in an Italian restaurant. A lot of meatballs.
A lot of
Bring-
meatballs.
Bring some
I
back.
wouldn't
Yeah,
mind. That's a good
what
gig.
was- the food on set must have been amazing.
Yeah, the chefs, the people who were preparing it, it was magical. I posted something of just them laying everything out and how pristine it looked. They really did an unbelievable job. I hate fish. I don't eat any seafood.
Same.
And really,
I literally, Tyler, tell people I'm allergic, so I don't have to explain that I just don't like the taste of fish.
this is me. This is me all the time. That's what I did on set. And our director served me up like salmon. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? Yeah, you think I got to sit through like a 5-page scene having that aftertaste in my mouth? It's awful.
Oh.
And it was cold. It was devastating.
Oh.
But it looked beautiful. And for someone who would enjoy seafood, I'm sure it was an absolute pleasure because those people did a spectacular job. Just for me, it was my worst nightmare.
I bet. No, I never even thought of that. That like, if I ever get hired to do movies, because FYI, Tyler, my dream is just to be like the quirky best friend forever in these Hallmark movies.
Let's make that happen.
I don't.
But you're in the States? You live in the US?
Yeah, I live in Philly.
Okay. I don't do any of these really in the States because they know I'm Canadian, and they just really want to take advantage of that. And so Philly
Oh.
might be a tough one to get by, but who knows? You know,
Listen,
stranger
Chris,
things have happened.
Chris has a passport, Tyler. So if it happens, we'll work
That's
it
true.
out. We'll
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
We'll figure this out. Well,
It would
may
be.
take a minute, but let's see if we can make that dream come true. That would be really nice.
Oh, that's amazing. It's just like you're just the nicest to even consider my crazy dream.
I was.
It might take time.
Yeah.
Like these, I maybe in the future, if I end up making these things in some capacity where I
Yeah.
have decision making and whatnot, you know, stranger things have happened, and there's nothing about this whole Hallmark world that doesn't scream "let's make people happy" to me. So that's all I'm really trying to do here. So I would love to make that happen.
Is that a goal, Tyler, to produce and direct? I know you've directed music videos.
Well, yeah, I've done some films and some short films, and there's other things that I'm working on that are outside of this sort of genre. That I get to. That's a whole other side of things that I focus on. Doing these movies has been they're a specific thing, and it's a specific machine that they have over at Hallmark, and
Yeah.
we've had discussions about things, but I really just want to protect and maintain um, a really wholesome environment that seems to have been somewhat created, and so if I'm going to go to that side, it's going to be in the right circumstance, and
Mhm.
there are some ideas, and so maybe that does happen, and maybe you come be the quirky best friend. Wouldn't
I
that be
can't
fun?
wait.
That
When
would-
that day happens, I will be the happiest performer alive.
Me too. Me too. It makes me so happy to make people happy. It's the best. It's the best part of this whole job. I was
Really.
texting the producer yesterday, and she said something like, "It's so nice how you care about." And I'm like, "What other reason?
Yeah,
What other reason to do this than that? Like, you
exactly.
know, like this
Exactly.
whole channel is that. So let's just do that."
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to keep you anymore, but we are so excited you were here. This
was
is
so great.
amazing.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your patience, Chris, and thank you for grabbing me at the convention and letting me know that we should do this because I'm so happy we did. And anytime you let me know, I have only so much in me as far as talking about myself. I can't imagine anybody wants to listen to me for any length of time. And I think that's probably true for even the people closest to me. But I appreciate you guys caring to speak, and any way I can ever accommodate any things you guys want to do, just let me know and I'll try my best.
That's
very-
amazing. That's awesome. Thank you, Tyler.
Is
Kevin,
there-
you
Of
wanna-
course.
Yeah, I
What
was going to actually say, was there anything else, Tyler? You went. I know, obviously, Always Amore is what you're out with right now, but is there anything else in the future coming out you wanted to talk about, or is that another time we'll just bring you back?
Yeah, no, I mean, I want people to watch your guys' podcast and watch this
Aw.
YouTube channel. I was just watching some of the clip of you guys talking about Sweet Carolina, talking about my tight fitted suit, which that thing was beyond tight. You have no idea. I put this on and I walked out and I was like, guys,
Guys.
we are lucky that this only exists in one scene because sitting is not an option.
Yeah.
I can't feel my legs.
Oh
And
boy.
so yeah, I hope people, you know, watch this. You guys are so lovely. You guys, Mike's killing it with the intros and the whole production, and this is like such a fun thing. Like I'm so happy that you guys want to contribute to the world of these movies. Like what a gift for us. Like we just make these movies, and you guys are the actual life that breathes into this whole space and all this. So if anything, I want people to walk away with is watch the YouTube channel. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
also watch Always Amore, which Kev, Mike, and I will
Sure.
be. And then we
Yeah.
will, for the first time ever, Tyler, and fans out there, at the Fan Expo in Philadelphia, be doing a live podcast where we are going to break down Always Amore live in front of an audience. So we're very excited.
Cool.
That will be on
Cool.
Sunday, April 10th. We don't have a time yet, so time TBD. So you can check us on remarktheshow@gmail.com. You can email us. You can check us on Facebook at Remark the Show. You can check us on Instagram at Remark the Show. And for some weird reason, you can only find us on Twitter at Remark Show. No the.
Kevin's an idiot when creating social media handles.
I don't know. I was drinking that night. I don't know what happened, but we got what we got. We got what we got.
It's okay.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Andrew
then
Walker is AWalks, so I mean, yeah,
Right? Yeah.
Hey,
it doesn't matter. People
Yeah.
will find you if they want to find you.
exactly. I hope so.
And if you guys are doing your review and you want me to pop in for that live thing and do something, just let me know. I'll try to accommodate best I can.
You're amazing.
We will
You're
talk.
so kind.
My
Dude,
pleasure.
thank you.
My
This is
pleasure.
amazing.
Of course.
Should we roll those sweet, sweet credits?
It's been a long, exhausting day. Your troubles just won't go away. One thing that gets you through these is watching cheesy holiday movies. You think that you're above them, but you know that you love them. So get ready to listen. Now here comes Kevin and Kristin. Oh yeah.
Wave goodbye, everybody.
This is great.
All right.